Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Melissa Cohen. So just recently, within the last week or so, the U.S. Department of Education has released the student loan rates for the upcoming academic year. So typically for July 1st, beginning every year, until June 30th of the following year, they set the rates for all student loans and what that new interest rate is. Now, as you know, or may not know, is that the federal government set the interest rates higher as well recently and such. And so kind of when that happens, all the interest rates go up, right? So mortgage rates, car interest rates, personal loan rates, credit card interest rates, and sometimes your savings rate, right, in your bank. The new interest rates for direct loans. So that's anything disbursed from the federal government from July 1st, 2022, and all the way to June 30th, 2023. So there are three different loan categories depending on the borrower type and what the interest rates are. So direct subsidized loans and direct unsubsidized loans, and these are typically for undergraduate students, that new fixed interest rate is 4.99%. Now all of these interest rates did increase from last year as well. Now the second loan type is direct unsubsidized loans. These are typically for graduate professional students, and those loans are 6.54%. Now, the third type of loans are direct plus loans. The people who would borrow these are typically parents and graduate or professional students. And this is a 7.54%. So, as you know, let's look what these interest rates went up from. So last year, the fixed interest rates for direct subsidized loans and federal and subsidized federal Stafford loans for undergraduate borrowers were 3.73%. And so I had to write all this information down. I didn't want to get it all of this incorrect here. So definitely wanted to make sure I got those numbers for you. So what does that mean? It just basically means it costs more money to borrow and go to school. Obviously, if you are a parent and you are now sending your kid to school either as a freshman or, maybe this is their senior year and such, I don't want to repeat the same things that you want to borrow as a few dollars as you can. Typically loans are dispersed twice a year based on like how the school is. So if it's an academic semester, it would be August, and then it would be dispersed, the other amount would be dispersed in January. But I think you sign the papers for the whole year. I'm not quite sure, or don't remember all the details at this point. So if there's any money you think the student could be getting or earning, obviously you already know what's going to come up. So if you can reduce how much money that the student needs to borrow, that's ideally the first place to go. The second thing is to go back to the school and see if there's any scholarships, if there's any additional money. Typically I'm kind of finding that the couple schools that I know of, that they are kind of shifting the financial aid to making sure as well that there's a pot of money for students who finish and graduate, because the colleges are measured on that, how many people finish and get a degree within, I think it's like 5 or 6 years. So that's a metric that's reported and such. So if you are in your last year and you are just flat out of money, you may want to go back to the school and say, hey, are there any scholarships or any pot of money that I can get to fill this gap that I have? And you know what, they may ask you to work, maybe there's student jobs, things like that. They may have scholarships to fill those gaps. There's different opportunities. I know I was a resident advisor, so that was an on-campus job. I was required to do certain things with that position, also work at the front desk and staff and things like that, but that was free room and board, which was more than actual tuition at the university. So that was a big gap. That was a big financial filled up a gap. So not everybody can be resident advisors, obviously, if you don't want to do that, or I'm sure it's pretty competitive as well. You definitely need to seek out some other opportunities for you and your student to fill those gaps. Anyways, I hope you have a fantastic day, and if I have any more updates and such, I'll definitely keep you updated. Bye.